Welcome to New Hampshire's Business. I'm Fred Coker. Minimum wage. Let me show you a series of numbers on minimum wages in the New England states. Here is New Hampshire at $7.25, Maine at $7.50, but $10.10 in Portland. Vermont, Connecticut, and Rhode Island all at $9.60, and Massachusetts at $10. That's all per hour. Now, minimum wages in New Hampshire, here's the situation. $7.25 reflects the federal minimum wage. We have defaulted to that one. Walmart in New Hampshire and the U.S. is now at $14.29. Retail trade is now the largest employer in New Hampshire, and most of those retailers do pay above the minimum wage. With me to talk about this are two people who are intimately engaged in this issue at the State House. They are State Senator Lou D'Alessandro. Welcome.
Thank you, Fred.
Nice to have you here. And Bruce Berkey of Sheen Finney Capital Group in Concord. And you represent the National Federation of Independent Businesses, SKI New Hampshire, the New Hampshire chapter of New England Convenience Stores, and New Hampshire Restaurant and Lodging Association. Welcome, Bruce.
Great to be here, Fred, with you and Senator D'Alessandro.
Nice to have you. Senator, there are a couple bills in the legislature. One is yours, Senate Bill 412, that was defeated this past week. On minimum wage, it would have raised it to $12. What's the case for that?
I think the case is this. New Hampshire had its own minimum wage, but that was repealed when O'Brien was Speaker of the House, and we now defaulted, as you said, to the federal wage. Right. The federal wage is low. Two things I think are very important. New Hampshire has a tremendous thirst for employees, good employees. Every business in this state is crying for better educated, better trained, better employees. Yep. That we've got a real problem. That mass immigration that took place in the past doesn't exist anymore. That migration is outward rather than inward, and the reason for that is because better jobs are in the other states, particularly in Massachusetts, where they're flocking to Massachusetts. So the minimum wage situation, it was a punitive situation created by a legislature for no reason. There was no reason at all to do that. The legislature always had the power to increase the minimum wage, keep it the same. It was within their jurisdiction.
And it's been defeated over and over again, year after year.
Yes, it has.
Now, Bruce, your clients that I just listed are opposed to the raising the minimum wage in New Hampshire. Why so?
Well, Fred, we believe that basically the free market is working. There really isn't any minimum wage workers, very, very few minimum wage workers in the state of New Hampshire. I know in the ski industry, starting wages are at about $10 an hour, and in other retail settings, the wage is up. So I think that we have a situation where the market is working and people are working for higher wages.
So you said the minimum wage, businesses that you represent are already paying more.
Correct.
Okay. Now, here we are, surrounded, as we just put up on the screen, surrounded by 5 other states in New England, all with higher minimum wages than New Hampshire. Is that going to put a pressure on businesses and on the legislature? In particular, do you think that's a disadvantage for New Hampshire businesses, having that kind of a low minimum wage compared to the other states where employees might tend to go rather than stay here? Lou?
Oh, sure, absolutely. And we see it. We see that happening now. One of the real cries coming from industry in New Hampshire, business and industry, is we need more employees. We need better trained employees. We need more employees. There's a real problem here. We have an unemployment rate of 3.1%, lowest in the New England area. So there's a need for employees. And I think when you default to the federal 725, you don't give New Hampshire the opportunity to do more legislatively. I think that's the problem. And taking that away was a very, very bad move.
Bruce, same question.
Well, I think that the legislature has looked at what's happening in the market. And I think that they're seeing that it really isn't necessary to increase it. We don't need to put any arbitrary thresholds out there. I think let the market work and let these businesses compete, and that's what they're doing.
So not a disadvantage in your mind?
It's not a disadvantage because you have employers now paying much more than the minimum wage. And so they need to compete with those border communities like what Senator D'Alessandro was referring to.
Bruce Berkey with the Sheen Finney Capital Group in Concord, thank you. State Senator Lou D'Alessandro of Manchester, thank you.
Thank you, Bruce.
An important issue.
Great to be here. Thank you.
Okay.